Hi guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Faith. I'm writing an adult literary fiction novel. It's called If I Had the Money. Today's video isn't about that. In today's video, we're going to be talking about, what was it? Being a young writer. Like I said, I would talk about this in a bunch of different vlogs, you know, in some different videos because I was just like, a lot of just like, at the end of writing If I Had the Money, which is an adult literary fiction novel, I was talking about just like how being a young writer and just like why I'm not writing a certain book because like I feel like I can't like at the moment write it. And so I decided like why not talk about like a topic I've just been talking about a lot in my vlogs and just like have like a full-on video of this. I haven't had like a sit-down video for a while. I think my last sit-down video was my like college, like being writing in college video. But yeah, so I guess we're gonna be talking about this in this video, and I guess I'll just be going based off of I don't know, I'm just gonna start talking and like there's no order or anything to it. Okay, so first off, I feel like, okay, I like this applies to like teenage writers and even just like young writers. It depends. If you are just like younger than like you should be for the like what you're writing at the moment, like young adult, I feel like once you turn 18, then it's like, okay, it's fine to I don't know, I feel like that would be a different experience. But then it's like if you're writing like adult fiction as like an 18-year-old, it's like a different experience. And I specifically write literary fiction, which in the literary fiction sphere, like the authors tend to be older. I think like a young writer that is on my list is like maybe the Nightcrawling author. I think she was 19 or 20 when she wrote this, when she published this book, probably. But everyone else, yeah, no, that's just like not a norm within this genre. And I feel like it's just like, I don't know, it's kind of weird being a young writer because it's like you are told like over and over again that like younger writers aren't experienced, or like even if they are experienced, their writing isn't as good. It's like I get where the people are coming from. Oh yeah, plus I should probably state my age. I'm 18, turning 19 in January, and today's December, so or this month is December. But let's keep going. I feel like there's just like this weird like disconnect from like what you're writing and just like where you are at the very moment. And I feel like, is this just gonna be me complaining for a whole video? Probably. But you know what, oh well. I feel like it's just like you're writing something that's just like you haven't experienced the things, especially like within the literary fiction sphere. I feel like it could apply to literally any genre too, but at the same time specifically within the literary fiction sphere, because that's what I write and that's what I know. I feel like the things that you're writing, it's just like you don't have to experience the things that you're writing, but at the same time it's just like you have to know how something feels, if that makes sense. And it's just like I feel like first off there's just like that disconnect, because I feel like, okay, sometimes in writing there's this thing where you're like, oh, I'm not ready to write a book. And I feel like sometimes the I'm not ready to write a book is because you don't have the experience, like you don't have like you believe you don't have enough skill to write the book. And I feel like that's just like the worst reason to like not write a book, because it's just like not having the skill. You can build up that skill as you write the book, like it's fine, like you know what I mean. But like when you're like younger, it's I don't know, is this just like coming off as a little petty and it's like I don't know, whatever. But like when you're younger, like it's just like first off you just don't have the experience to write the book, and then it's just like it's so frustrating just like having so many ideas but at the same time just like not having the experience to write it. And it's like even if you could just like write it and just like use other things that you have like experienced in your life to just like relate to that idea and just like whatever, there's just like that whole thing. I feel like I'm not describing that well. And then the second thing is just the fact that you like, I feel like a lot of like, what is it, like when you like listen to like writers and like older writers, they usually say something about like when you're younger, like the books aren't as, what is it, good, because like, you know what I mean, you don't have the, I don't know, it's like the older you get, the better your writing's gonna be. Like that, I think, is just like something that's just like, I don't know, easily, because it's just like, you know what I mean, you've read more books, you've just like done a bunch of more things, and it's just like, because of that, like the writing just gets better. And I feel like, what is it, it feels like when you're like, especially because I wrote during my teen years, like I feel like this is also just like that, and then also just like a little bit of just like even just being 18 or whatever, like especially when you think of publishing, because then it's like when you're not thinking of publishing and it's just like, okay, I'm just writing for fun, then it's like, okay, you're writing for fun. But at the same time, like as soon as you think about just like, I don't know, like having these aspirations to publish or just like anything, then it's just like, it feels like that's never gonna happen, and that you just have to like wait longer. And then it's like, why am I writing at the current moment if I'm not gonna be ready until like 5 years later? It's not like, okay, I have to write this book and then just like immediately just publish, like write the book, query the book, and then hopefully it gets published. It's like this, I have to, I don't know, write the book, then I have to keep writing, and 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 then like, I don't know, because I feel like, am I sounding just like whatever? And it's just like, because the thing is, I watch a lot of like videos about like all these experiences and stuff or whatever, but it's just like, it feels like, it's just like you have to keep writing to get like better and better, and then it's just like, it feels like you're just writing over and over again, and it's like you have to wait till a certain age, or at least, I don't know if it's just me, where it sounds like there's a certain age where it just becomes like, this book is good enough, or this book can be good enough. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. But anyways, it's just like, it feels like that, and then it's just like, so then why am I like sitting down just like writing a book like over and over again, just like dealing with that whole just like constantly writing. And then also, let's also talk about the fact that your taste is changing in books while you're young. Like when you're like 15, you might like romances, but then like the next 3 months you like, I don't know, mysteries. And it's like, yeah, sure, you don't have to write the same thing over and over again, but like at this point I've come up with like what I like. But at the same time, it's just like, when your taste is constantly changing, you are also constantly having to read books within like the new genre that you like, and then like the new genre that you want to write a book in. And then it's just like, I don't know, it just feels like you're constantly behind because you're constantly changing, and it's like every time you change, you're starting at square one again. I feel like, I don't know, I feel like I wanted to talk about this, but like, I don't know if it's just better in my vlogs, because then it's just like, there's just like no conclusion, but it's fine. But then it's like when you make a full-on video about it, or at least I'm making a full-on video, it's just like, okay, there is literally no conclusion. It's just like, I'm just gonna keep writing. If I publish a, I don't think I'll publish a book young. Like I basically doubt that. Like I feel like maybe you can get like a little head start. But at the same time, it's just like, I don't believe that the book will just be like, I don't know, ready for like a long time. And then again, I've said this before, but like, then it just feels like, then why am I still writing? Like, why am I sitting down every day? Actually, I don't write every day, especially during college. Like, why am I writing for a lot of time, spending a lot of time on this writing thing, if it's just gonna take me, what is it, what age do authors typically publish their books? Okay, I'm re-recording. Is this? Yeah, it's recording. Okay, so I'm re-recording this video because my video stopped recording at the 10-minute mark, and like, this was always my fear of just like using the back of my camera. I'm still using the back of my camera, but the problem was the fact that my storage was low, and like I had this hour-long video, and I tried to delete some things from my phone to just like make it work, but it kept like stopping, and then eventually I got mad and I just like left. So I guess we were recording this is a completely different day, completely different, just like everything. So I guess we're gonna talk about like what I was talking about with the whole writing thing. Most authors, I did calculate it after the clip, and it was just like I said like around 25. 25 is like on the low end of just like the thing. I'd say 25, more like 30 is just like the average literary fiction age according to just like what I calculated. And at least for their debut novel, and this like by the time they get popular, honestly that's a completely different like age. It's typically like around 30 to 35 or like whatever, and I think that's why I always thought it was like an older range, because it's like whenever I search up like my favorite author, by the time like, you know what I mean, they write the book that I like, they're older, and so I guess that's why I always thought that. But anyways, but to be like writing a book while you are this young, and I feel like saying this kind of just feels weird, because it's just like, okay, just like what do you have to complain about, like, you know what I mean, like you can always just like wait till you're older or whatever. But it's just like what I was really trying to get at was the fact that I have been writing for 4 years, and I feel like sure, writing for 4 years may not seem that like, I don't know, old, like that actually, I don't know, that long, maybe, potentially. I feel like in 4 years, people are further along their writing journey, like seriously writing for 4 years. This doesn't include like when I was a kid and I was just like writing, and it's like, yeah, sure, like I wrote, but it wasn't that serious. Like middle school, I took a break from writing and just like all that. Like, it's just like this isn't including those times, and it's just like to have said I have been writing for 4 years and to have nothing to show for it. Like I've written a first draft, plus I realized when I was watching through my videos again, that yeah, I've been writing like that. I did write two drafts, two drafts. Well, this is my third draft of a book finished this year, but anyways, to have only been at the first draft mark of a book, like I've only finished first drafts, I haven't even gotten to the second draft mark, which okay, that's on me, like, you know, I mean, I quit books way too easily, but to just like not have gotten to that point, and also to like have not queried, I think that's really like what the big, like, you know what I mean, like why I keep talking about it in like every single video I make, why I keep like whatever. Okay, I should stop saying whatever like as my like, you know what I mean, I say whatever just like as a I don't know. I also say I don't know, but anyways, I say it as my thinking thing. But like, what I no, I need to stop saying that. But there's that, and I feel like I've just been writing for such a long time, and I just like haven't queried, and I feel like that's just like the biggest thing. Like it's just like I have sat down and just like thought about querying. I've made lists. Like I think in one of my videos, like my goal for the year of like 2025 was to like find 100 authors to 100 literary agents to query, because I didn't think I would query in 2025, but I thought I'd query in 2026. But to still have just like written a book and just like that book isn't good enough, and then I have to just quit that book to get to a new book, and just like to get to the point where I am, and I've been writing for like 4 years. It's going to be like 5 years after, I don't know, the time period. I started writing my freshman year of high school, and I'm a freshman in college, so like I've been writing for a while now. And then it's just like I feel like most authors are further into their careers, or just like further into like whatever right now. It's like I know that like it doesn't take like 4 years to publish. Like it's not even like, that's not even what I'm asking. It's just like what I'm asking for is at least to have queried. And I just feel like I've been writing for such a long time, and to not have done like that big milestone that everyone does, querying. And I know that seems like a low step on like the stool of just like things to do, but just like to not have done that. And what I'm saying is that having switched genres, having switched to just like age ranges has just like slowed the progress. Having just like worked on projects just to realize that I don't have enough experience to write the book, because I was like way too young. Like I was 17 trying to write about like a marriage story, which I would literally have no, just like whatever, like stop saying whatever, if I stop saying whatever. But anyways, there's just like literally nothing that I could just like, you know what I mean? Like, it's just like I was writing it as someone who had read a bunch of marriage. Actually, I didn't even read that much marriage stories. I was just writing it because I thought it was an interesting topic, and I still think it's an interesting topic. I'm so excited to write that book one day. But still, and when I say one day, I mean like next year, because I don't care. Like, I'm not saying that I have to be married to like write that book, but I'm just saying like I have to have something. I explained it a lot more in my finishing my book vlog. I had a whole discussion on it, so we won't get into that book. But like that's just like what has picked up this thing. Like, I didn't have the experience to write that book. The first books I wrote in my like writing thing was just like young adult books, which now I'm not writing young adult books. Actually, no. The first thing I ever did was I was writing a different genre. I was writing like maybe fantasy, mystery fiction, and that's just like not what I write right now. Then I went to young adult contemporary fiction, and then I went to adult literary fiction. Like, I haven't been reading that much literary fiction so far in my life, and so the fact that like I just had to figure out what type of literary fiction I wanted to write just out of not having read that much. Like, I read Malibu Rising, and that just like changed my life, and I said, yeah, I want to write this thing, I want to read this thing, I want to just like whatever. Like, and it was just like a sudden change, and it's just like I feel like that is what I'm complaining about. Like, I'm complaining about just having, let me see if my camera's working, because that thing actually did piss me off that time. We are still recording. Okay, sorry guys. Like, I'm actually just gonna be for the rest of my life just checking my camera because of that moment. Whatever. Stop saying whatever. Like, I need to stop saying that. Like, that's literally like the face, and literally is also something I say a lot. I know you guys are getting tired of me. But anyways, I feel like I have just like done all those changes, and then just like then I wrote Winter, which was a book about a marriage, and just like whatever. But it was like the biggest thing that I wanted to say in that book was how relationships affect, how mental health affects relationships. And I feel like that is what I wanted to write, and that book could have been perfect, but at the same time I didn't have the experience. And though I think I could go back now because I have a lot more experience on just like everything, like understand that at that point in my life when I was writing that book, I was going based on the fact like I had never been to therapy. I had never like what is it? Like, I didn't even know that I had depression. I didn't know, like, I had literally like nothing. Like, I was just sitting down saying, this is how I feel. And it's like the character's mental health was not named because of that reason. Like, there was literally like nothing that I knew. And just like I think the book is much better having just like already experienced what I have so far. Well, not experienced, but like at least like with everything that's gone on, like going on medication. Like, I'm on medication, the main character's on medication in that book. Like, I feel like those experiences helped the book, and that's what I'm trying to say. Like, there are some experiences that you need to experience before you write a book, and though some things you may be like, okay, like, I feel like it's just like one of those things where you guys might be thinking, okay, you don't have to experience this to write a book, but it's just like there are certain fundamental things that you have to experience, like things that you are just like, maybe you just take it for granted, or just like, okay, like, I don't know. I know what I'm trying to say, but I feel like how I'm saying this is making me sound just like some little kid. Well, I'm not even a little kid, I'm an adult, but whatever, complaining about the fact that like whatever, look, that I'm just like not ready. I feel like one of those kids that's like, oh my gosh, like I just want to do like those adult things or whatever. It's just like there's just that feeling, especially like I feel like teen writers will be able to relate to this the most, but like and I feel like I've been a teen writer for like most of my life, most of my writing life. Like, it wasn't until like this year that I became like an adult and stuff. My sister did her hair, literally. Yeah, she braided her hair. No, she didn't braid her hair, she took out her braids. She did do that. Anyways, so it's on me, and I got it out this. I wear this literally every day, but that's because whatever. Let's see. Anyways, I feel like just like to not have been, okay, we're just gonna go back to the fact that I have not reached the milestones that I want to. All I want is to query. That is literally just like all I want. Like I just want to like get into the field and just like I've been thinking about it so much. It's like every single time I'm so close to querying a novel. Like I finished the first draft. I think I'm ready. I think it's gonna. I feel like that also contributed to. This was the book that I finished, and I made a whole video about just like how I feel like I finished this book, but I wasn't as excited as I usually was. I finished 3 drafts by now, and I just feel like they all just like not worked out for their own reasons. And I feel like the fact that that has happened, and I have realized that I can get to the first draft stage no problem, but then it's just like that second draft will get me, and it's just like it feels like every time I'm finishing a book, it's not even exciting. Well, not every time, but at this book, I just wasn't excited because like obviously I said the reasons in that video, but like another reason that I'm just realizing now is the fact that I have finished so many first drafts. I have and I've just like never gone past that stage, so just like finishing a first draft isn't even important to me anymore. It's just like it's nothing. And I feel like, sorry, I keep checking my camera, I'm sorry. Like after that thing happened, I don't know if you guys can see my full face. Hopefully you guys can. But anyways, I have just completed all these things. I have just, okay, sorry guys, that whole experience of just like my phone just like stopping literally has just like, I don't know, taken over everything. Because I was like, I have never in my whole just like YouTube thing lost footage, and it's because I'm using the back of my camera. But anyways, as I was saying about like just like writing, and yeah, so like I feel like I have gotten to the first draft stage so many times, but I haven't gone past that, and I just want to be in a new stage of writing so far. And I'm blaming it on being just like young, because like I feel like that's literally what the most of the issues have stemmed from, because that's just like kind of just like the thing. And it's just like I feel like I'm just like complaining, and I feel like I'm just like, I don't know, like it doesn't matter, or just like whatever, because I don't know, because it's just like you will get ready, and it's just like, but it's just like it sucks right now, and that's just like I guess what this video is about. So basically this is just like my dang, I want to be like at the querying level. Like that's literally just like all I've ever wanted for a long time. Like I feel like I have thought more about querying than I have about like publishing a book, because like publishing a book, okay, yeah, that could take like 10 years or just like whatever. That can take a lot of years. Like I understand that. It's just the fact that I'm not at the ready stage that I should be. Like I haven't reached a next stage. Like I would be fine with just like I want to get it over with like the things that will come, like the failed projects, the just like all those things. I want to get it over with, but like I haven't, and that's just like what's really bothering me. And as I said before, I looked at the authors on my shelf, and I saw their ages around 30. So there's that. Is there anything else to say? Plus, sorry, I'm sniffling so much. I forgot to take my allergy medication one day, and that's just like a 24-hour thing. And I have a cat and stuff, so like it's really bad. I took it last night, but like it's not fully working. So it is fully working, but like the sniffling is still a little bit there. So there's that. Is there anything else I have to say about just like my complaints? And as I said, I feel like with other videos, I wanted this video to just like have a conclusion, just like to say, after all of this, I have just like overcome by this. And it's just like I feel like these are just like feelings and just like thoughts. And yeah, sure, it's better in a vlog to just say these things, because it's just like a real thing, and then it's just like you say it and then you just like move past it, because it's just like it's a vlog and you're talking about like the writing process. But I feel like I've said it so many times, and I feel like even with like my college video, like my writing in college video, like I said it so many times, and I just feel like there should be just like a dedicated video, because I say it literally every vlog, and I just want just like a vlog, no, just like one video, so that I can just like say everything on and just like have it all out there. And though it might be just like a little bit annoying and a little bit just like, I don't know, complainish, and just like there's no conclusion, because I feel like usually in a video I like to have like some sort of conclusion. Like when it comes to my vlogs, if it's a monthly vlog, it's the end of the month. If it's a vlog with a goal, I met the goal. And it's like in sit down videos, I want to sit down and be like, okay, this is what's happening, here's how I overcame. But there is no like overcoming this, because how I overcome just like this whole thing is to write a book, write it to its complete stage, and query the book. Like that's literally just like what I need to do, and stuff like that. And I feel like I haven't done that yet, and so like that's all I need to do, and then I'll be fine. Is there anything else I wanted to say? Is there anything else? Writing. What else? Is that like the? Is there any other complaints I've had about just like writing at a younger age? I feel like I was sounding a little bit like I was blaming older writers for saying that kids aren't, well, not kids, but like younger writers aren't as experienced, and that's not what I'm trying to say. What was I saying? I don't remember what I was saying, but I think that's gonna be all for this video, because I've said just like everything I needed to say about just like, oh yeah, no, I was talking about like how I feel like that I feel like I sound like I'm blaming older writers for just like saying that. And when I say older writers, I don't even mean that as just like whatever, I just mean that as in like authors say that because they're just like, first off, I think they're just like noticing things, and just like I have no idea, but like I feel like I sound like I'm blaming it, but it's also just like, I don't know, I feel like it's just like the equivalent to like a parent seeing like a child's drawing, and it just like sucks, and then you're just like, oh, that's good or something. I don't know. I feel like maybe that's it. I don't know. And it's like, I feel like there are good like books by younger writers, I think. I don't know. I feel like once they get past that debut novel experience or something, maybe, I don't know, I need to stop saying I don't know. But anyways, I feel like they're just like, I sound like I'm blaming them, but I'm not blaming them, because I feel like it's just like one of those things that you notice, and then it's just like, you know what I mean? And just like publishing just does this whole thing where they talk so much about just like younger writers, but I feel like that's just like not something that happens, well, actually, except for like a little bit it happens, but like especially like within the literary fiction sphere, I feel like that's just like less of a thing that happens. I feel like literary fiction is very much about like holding on to just like not what is it, like what is it, just like letting stories marinate, and just like the whole like, I've been writing for like 20 years this one book, and it's just like, it's very much just like a genre full of like the longevity of like how long a book has existed, and it's about like the brilliance, and it's about like a lot of things like that. And so like there's just like a split between just like that, and it's just like, I also know stuff like that is just like what's happening, because there aren't much young writers within the literary fiction sphere, so it's just like I don't have much young writers that I can just like sit down, read their books, and say like, oh, okay, this is good, this is bad. And it's just like, I have no idea what the quality of younger writers' books are, because like there's just like not much in the literary fiction just like thing. Like the only book I have is Night Crawling by Layla Motley, but like she's like the only author that I know that has had like who was young and published a book. And when I say young, I mean like 20s, like early 20s to just like that sphere. Like, yeah. So I guess that's the end of my complaints. If you want to watch another video, then you can subscribe, do all the things, and I'll see you the next one. Bye.